that problem, but turned around about 6-8 weeks ago, came up, Perry, how you doing? We got to a point where you know what it is? Perry walks in now, I see his name on the shirt. Perry, how you doing tonight? Doing pretty good. Not real big talker. Doing pretty good. Walked down. Perry, he always took his food to go. Perry came up and says, I'm not going to be here for the next couple weeks. What's going on, Perry? Going on vacation? No, I have cancer. And keep me in your prayers. You know, I don't know, at that point I didn't know where Perry was in his walk. It's, keep me in your prayers. I don't know what, you know, big guy has in mind and stuff like that. I said, well, Perry, I'd love to pray with you. Can I sit down with you? Absolutely. This time I didn't bring anybody else around with me. I just went over one-on-one and I asked what his wife's name was, and I should have known it. My wife took her job. But I sat down and prayed with him. And then what I did was the next morning I had notes everywhere to remind me at the staff meeting to put him on our board. We had pastors go over and pray with me. We had people call on him. I had the people that knew him at the church, I prepared meals for him, and they took it to his house. I got a thank you card that, guys, is like no other thank you card I ever got. It was handmade, and it was from his wife. First time he came back, and I decided, I went up and gave him a big hug, carefully, because I didn't want to hurt him. Turn around, he comes out and goes, Kat's out in the car, she'd love to say hello to you. So I turned around, I had the girls start giving him 2 dinners. He was buying 1 dinner, I think they were sharing. So I said, every night he'd take 2 dinners. She goes, no, let me pay for it. I said, Perry, be my guest. Went out and talked to her, she got out of the car. Elderly woman has a hard time coming back, gave me a hug and said, you know what, you were just so special, Perry. I said, Perry's special to us. He comes in every Wednesday night since then, he's doing well. Had a big mass that was removed, and they still don't, at the point when I left, didn't have the results for it. But these are, guys, those make you feel good. You forget about the 15
Did he finally quit complaining though, man?
Yeah. I know how to get to him now. But guys, a 15-hour day, 3 banquets, 450 people dinner, 3 complaints, and you know what, something like that?
Yeah.
Thank you, Lord. You blessed me.
In Joyce's obituary when she died, it said her favorite moments were her Wednesday nights at Bellevue.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Similar story, but, and I know everybody has the, this is why we do this job kind of deal, is I started, they weren't doing it before I started, a prayer time just before we started to serve. And a lot of times, as you guys know, that's the most exciting and busy time that you have in the last 10 minutes. But I've just, you know, I just decided to get everybody together, our team, and pray. And we did that, and we've done that every week. And I've noticed, and I keep all the doors closed, keep everybody out of the fellowship hall, and they start. I have people sneak in who aren't part of the team just so they can be in a prayer time. And 2 weeks ago, I had about 6 or 7 volunteers there, but I had about 14 people because they wanted to come in and pray with us. So it's just, it's a great feeling.
Well, we did special. Now, Shirley has the privilege, and see how I made the privilege? She works with 100% volunteers. Cleaning, maintenance, food service, whatever other hats there are. I came from there. She replaced me and is doing a much better job. But she works with volunteers.
You were fired, I guess?
Yeah, she asked me to leave. But I have to tell you, we would turn around when we have special events, we would get together and pray. Volunteers, that's one way to get, reminding them why they're there.
Right.
I would forget to pray 70% of the time, but I'd be reminded every time.
Right.
I'd be walking through the dining room now on Wednesday night dinner, it's around to be 5:45, and they're going, you haven't prayed yet. Oh, you're absolutely right, thank you. And you know what, I have no problem with it. When I first got to the church, nobody talked about the new fresh baked foods that were made from scratch. They said, you know what, we really appreciate what you're doing here, we love the food, but the fact that you're doing blessings, you know, this is a long time coming, we haven't done this, and it's just a big blessing. Yes, sir.
Can you have some more of these for us tonight when we get to the banquet?
Not to, yeah, because I can even okay. Not in time for the banquet tomorrow, but I'll tell you what we're gonna do. When we come in tomorrow morning, they did the same thing with the baking one yesterday. We had plenty of them yesterday, but people wanted them. We'll have a stack of them on the table over by where we go in for refreshments in the morning.
I just need some back here.
Okay, yeah, so guys, if you don't mind, if you do that, I'm either gonna give them to Janae and she's gonna make copies like she did today, or I'll go ahead and do them at the hotel, but I'll make sure you get them. If not, you can always email me and I'll send them. How large? Size-wise, I think I want to say somewhere in the neighborhood of about 12,000 members, but attending could be as low as 4,200, 5,000. We're very seasonal in Florida.
You do us Sunday lunch.
No, I did, and it didn't go very well because I was competing for space. My dining room gets used for children's choir and everything, so they wouldn't let me have it till about 10 minutes before church got out, and that was kind of different. I do banquets on Sunday, but that's because they can push right away, but I can't. She's a 50-year-old lady she's doing children's ministry about 30 years at that church. So,
I got something to say. Darrell, perusing all these menus and stuff, anybody, you said some of the biggest questions, Wednesday night meal. You got that many weeks, but with 3 entrees each one, man, and all these recipes, I really appreciate that. I'm sure everybody else does.
not a problem. If there's something on there that you don't see a recipe for, you want to know, I've shared with you, can email it. All my information's on the website. I actually went through and pulled out my cards, unless you have any. I have 1 card left from this week, which I don't mind giving away, but I don't have any more. But guys, the last slide has something on the bottom. I love sharing. There's not a recipe. If you call me up and say, you know what, I didn't get a recipe on this and I need it for 40 people, I'll break it down and send it to you for 40 people. Oh, look at here. Here's more cards. Exactly. That hash brown casserole. By the way, the hash brown casserole is basically cream of mushroom soup, cream of turkey, or chicken soup, whichever one. The frozen shredded hash browns, onions, and cheddar cheese. And if you like, you can add sour cream. They don't. Yeah. No, but I'll tell you what. I'm coming over that way. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I just want to share with you all. If you ever are in the Brandon area on a Wednesday night, come have dinner. The best way to do it is to see it. Guys, let me close in prayer. I thank you for coming. Our plans after this is, do we have a wrap up? Yes, we have a wrap up downstairs, so we'll go down there, and then we have dinner back here. I'm not going to go to the wrap up area because I've got to teach students. I've got to do certification.